All right, people, welcome to the Robert Greene Book Club. And today we're going to be talking about how to stop projecting weakness, how to radiate power, confidence, and how to stop being so nice. And this is from the chapter of the 33 Strategies of War, which is about creating a threatening presence. Let's begin with the video. The best way to fight off aggressors is to keep them from attacking you in the first place. To accomplish this, you must create the impression of being more powerful than you are. Build up a reputation. You're a little crazy. Fighting you isn't worth it. You take your enemies with you when you lose. Create this reputation and make it credible with a few impressive and impressively violent acts. Uncertainty is sometimes better than overt threat. If your opponent are never sure what messing with you will cost, they will not want to find out. Play on people's natural fears and anxieties to make them think twice. So the way that I talk about it, it goes like this, right? Inevitably in life, you will find yourself facing people who are amongst the aggressive, who are more aggressive than you. Crafty, ruthless people who are determined to get what they want from you. Fighting them head on is generally foolish. Fighting is what they're good at, and they are ready to fight. You will probably lose. Trying to fend them off by giving them what they want trying to fend them off by giving them part of what they are after, or otherwise pleasing or appeasing them, is a recipe for disaster. You are only showing your weakness, inviting more threats and attacks. But giving in completely, surrendering without a fight, hands them the victory they crave and makes you resentful and bitter. It can also become a bad habit, the path of least resistance in dealing with difficult situations, right? And usually it's because of anxiety. Pure anxiety. You have no taste for battle. Most likely, when you were a child, your parents didn't let you become assertive. So you were filled with fear. I remember when I was younger, I got bullied when I was a kid. And it's not that I was not an aggressive kid. When I was younger, I thought I was the strongest kid in the world. And I remember one time when I first moved to New York City, this kid Raymond punched me in the face because I was trying to defend this kid Alejandro who was being bullied. And fucking Alejandro told Raymond that I told him I could defend him, and Raymond and his fucking gang of goofies punched me in the face. And it was such a surprising hit that I didn't know how to react, and I just became scared. And I remember when I got home, my stepdad, he was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Raymond hit me." And he was like, "Yo, fuck him up." And my mom, God, I'm not gonna lie, I resent her for this, man. She was like, "No, don't do nothing. Don't fight. Don't fight. Don't fight. If they hate you, tell the principal." If I had any common sense, I'm like, "Yo, fuck you, bitch." Nah. Like, seriously, she told me to, and ever since that day, I was scared, man. I wouldn't confront them. You know? Like, and that made me scared of confronting. And not to this day, I'm a little bit better at it. To this day, like, I struggle with, like, confronting people, because, like, I don't want to be mean. And it started from that, man. And I developed my nice, accommodating personality from that. And from that came a deep desire to please people, a deep desire to want to be everyone's friend. And I developed a people pleaser personality because of the anxiety of confronting people. So I sort of, like, to feel better, to feel comfortable, I was super nice. "Hey, you want this? You want that?" I learned to redirect that now with what I do with YouTube. I try to help you guys. I try to give as much free content so that you guys can like me. And it's a good way to redirect it in a healthy way. But in my relationships, like, I remember, like, yeah, I was the type of people pleaser where I turned you off with my niceness. And what I had to do was become assertive, develop my assertiveness, and be more confrontational, and be okay with not liking certain people and telling them to fuck off. Right? And that translated into my relationships. Like, I became just more confident. But yeah, like, when the first time you back off from battle, It's not gonna be the last time. It becomes a habit to be a pussy. It becomes a habit to be a little bitch and to run away and hide under your mom's skirt. It becomes a habit. You know, like, and it's like, what the fuck? And if you have any kids, don't tell your kids to back off, to tell the principal. You're gonna raise little bitches. I'm not kidding, man. Like, don't, like, that's like the worst advice you could tell a kid, man. Keep reading. Sorry, I snapped. Instead of trying to avoid conflict and whining about the injustice of it all, consider an option developed over the centuries by military leaders and strategists to deal with violent and exquisite neighbors. Reverse intimidation. This art of deterrence rests on three basic facts of war and human nature. First, people are always likely to attack you if they see you as weak. If they sense weakness from you, they will attack you. Right? Second, they don't know for sure if you're weak. They depend on the signs that you give out through behavior, both present and past. Right? So if they, sometimes, you know how they say, like, the study of the predators who were able, people who were sexual abusers were able to spot people who were abused by their walk and their behavior. And so people who are looking to take advantage of you, they can look at you in your face and they can tell you that you could be taken advantage of just by your nonverbal cues. Your fear, your sense of intimidation from other people, predators can read it. And they pounce on you like a hawk. They know your weakness more than you know yourself. You can't hide that. The self is always coming through. Second, they know for sure. They don't know for sure that you're weak. They only depend on the signs you give out. Third, they are after easy victories, quick and bloodless. That is why they prey on the weak and vulnerable. Right? We can see this in war. We can see this everywhere. People go after the weak. The weak get weaker and the strong get stronger. You know, deterrence is simply a matter of turning this dynamic around, altering any perception of yourself as weak and naive. And this comes down to you being gullible, to you being, let's all be one, and just being completely gullible. Like, these are things that radiate from you that you're not aware of. Usually the way it works is that you understand human nature. You understand that people are out there to get you. You understand that the attacks that you get, a lot of the times we invite it because we're so weak. We radiate so much weakness. We invite attacks. We invite the vipers to come at us. And we think being nicer, we think being more accommodating is going to change that. No. It's going to inspire more attacks, inspire more people to take advantage of you. This is generally done by taking some visible action that will confuse aggressors and make them think that they misread you. Remember that story? Actually, I didn't post it here, of the stripper who I uploaded on my Father Alex Reacts channel. There was a stripper who was stripping at this place for the first time, and she saw a client. She was with this client, and she left to get a smoke, and she didn't come back, right? And so because she was like, okay, she didn't come back, let me go up, and because the guy was looking at her. All right, people, if you want to watch the rest of the video, check out our Patreon. And here we post these videos, these Robert Greene videos, in its full length. It's a good way to support the channel. It's a good way to get, the problem is that when you read Robert Greene's books, like, they feel a little abstract, right? And it's hard to know how to implement that into your lives. And so this Robert Greene book club teaches you how to apply these strategies into your life for practical advice, okay? So check us out for $5 a month for just one coffee. You guys can support the channel and get a lot of value from it. You can do that now by clicking on the description down below. And if you don't do that, I'm closing the channel.